So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. Got a new camera. Hope you guys like it. Won't be doing She-Hulk this week. Not much to talk about. This is a therapy episode. So I'm probably gonna save that one for when the last episode comes out. Talk about that one. But this is for the next book. And the Tales of the Pizzaplex story. So I guess all of them are named. All these books, title on the title on the cover, are all named after the second story. I've noticed because it was in the first one, and now it's this one. It's the title of the second one. So this first one has a different title than all it is in the cover. And that one is Help. That one is Help Wanted. And this one is about a guy named Steve who is working at a gas station as a janitor, but he wants to be and make video games, but he wants to make nice and happy video games, ones that don't scare kids. So he starts making he also has dated a girl named Annie, I think, at first, because it changes later on to somebody else. So while he's mopping, he's going to pick up like some soda a kid spilled in the next room after he sent a game on there that was basically just a nice, happy game for kids to play once, so we won't give kids nightmares and on the computer. And the next day while he's mopping, about to go mop, a guy named I think it's Bucky Eddie. Make sure I got that right. Bucky Edward. Make sure go to Mr. Edwards right here. Brooke Edwards. Okay, and this guy works for Fazbear Fright, and he offers him to be the rogue indie developer in this in the game and there, because they were in the Help Wanted. They said that Scott was the rogue indie developer who made all the games. So this Steve guy is one of them, and help make the games for the characters who make games about all the scary stuff all the rumors that he made that they heard about. Because they even mentioned that he heard about all the bad stuff that happened at Fazbear at Freddy's, and he wants to make the game about it. And so he says no, he wants to make happy games. Even though he doesn't like the job he's at, he hates it. Who wants to work at a gas station and be a janitor for the rest of their lives? He wants to have a wife and 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And so he goes home, and when he gets home, he met Annie on one of those websites that you meet girls on, and you meet people on. So to be on online dating, basically. So he gets a message from a girl named Victoria, and she they meet each other, have like a indoor picnic, and then somehow he ends up he thinks years have gone by. He ends up having two kids, Abigail and Ari Bailey or something like that. And then they end up having then Mr. Edwards comes and sees us again, offers him to be working on the game because they're going to go in for closure, and so he has no choice this time around to do, but no, or otherwise they're going to leave the house. And so this is when I bet Matt Pat loved this part. DJ Music Man starts playing, and DJ Jan Music Man starts playing. Say, there's a snow outside. Do not go outside. Like, that part I know he loved, and I love that. Like, when I was listening to that part, yes! So, yeah. I'll make sure to play it in case you guys...
Oh! I called it! Let's go! Music Man!
I don't know what I'm talking about. I doubt you guys wouldn't. How could you not be reading this and not know about Matt Patton doing that? But anyway, so every single time, every single day, they have Music Man playing, telling them that don't go outside, it's too cold. And so they had to stay inside, and while this is going on, Steve has been having hearing much noises in his head, and Victoria always tells him it's in your head, you're sleepwalking, basically. So, but he keeps on hearing noises. He sees spiders. There also is a basketball and ringing and stuff like that. But it's supposed to motivate him to make video games, and he makes at least 5. He makes at least about 4 or 5 while he's doing this, because every single we get to see descriptions of them. The person who is listening to thinks that he did the first. He did the Fazbear Fright. He did the Pizzaplex game, the security breach one, and he think he did the first one, the second one, the third, but he died during the time when we made the fourth one because he hides in the closet, just like Foxy does in the fourth game. And so eventually, Victoria makes some food, and they start eating the pantry food, and so he's making them a lot of money. Stuff like that. So, but he can't go anywhere, and he can't sleep because every single time he tries to go to sleep, he starts imagining stuff. So eventually, he tries to leave because he's getting sick of all the dreams that he's having, even though it's a good motivation for him to make the games. And right when he knocks down, he starts to he attacks the fire extinguisher, and he breaks the fire extinguisher. And once he breaks the fire extinguisher, the illusion of him having a nice life with the kids, besides the part about him having the kids, that's part from the nightmares, he is having fun with the kids. The kids, he loved the kids, and he loved his wife and everything. But once he killed the fire extinguisher, because he thought the ringing was coming from the fire extinguisher, the illusion went bye-bye. He figured out that he saw Victoria for what she really was, and she was a robot. He saw the kids for what they really are. They were robots too. He saw the radio for what they really was. That was a robot too. All 4, he had 4 robots were in the room, and he had no idea that they were that was going on. So and basically, he was trying to get out. He hid in the closet again, and so he tried to leave, but DJ Music Man tried to forced him to stay. Basically, he pushed the red button. It will all go away. The illusion will come back. You may be able to live a happy life, and you won't have to go back to mopping and a gas station for the rest of your life. So, basically, forced him to push the red button, and which he does. He does at the very end, and this is what happens. And then suddenly, as everything was still, Steve used the nightstand to steady himself as he rose to his feet, and he kept around the bed. Everything looked normal. And then he saw her. Victoria was standing in the doorway. Her blue and black hair were like a hollow around her loving face. She was wearing the same green dress she wore the first time they met. His favorite dress. He could say she was just as beautiful the day they met. But that would be a lie. She was even more beautiful. Victoria, he said. Her name in hoarse whisper. Sweetheart! She said, looking at him with loving in her green Philip brown eyes. She opened her arms to him. This time, Steve didn't hesitate. He went to her, wrapped her arms around her, and pressed his lips against her. Bliss. This was a perfect world for him feeling. His bliss was so great. He barely felt the constant stabbing in his heart. So basically, since I guess Victoria killed him, my dog is my name. My dog's name is Victoria. So she is not like I keep on saying her name. So she killed him because I guess he knew too much. Because he figured he got out of the illusion. He would get out of the illusion eventually again. So they would have to. So she had to kill him, I guess. But this was so good, even though it had nothing to do with the Pizzaplex. Really, it was great. It was a great story. I loved it. I loved the twist because I thought at first it was all in his head. They were going to do that trick again, where the character thinks it's all in its head, while everybody else around him thinks he's crazy. But no, he is not crazy this time. He was right. It was not all in his head. And DJ Music Man told him that he would, if he pushed the right button, all the illusions would go away that were motivating him to make the games. So, and he was right. They killed him. So it did go away. So he didn't lie. But I loved it. It was so great. The twist was great. But see, I don't mind these types of horror stories. Okay, it's not really, because a lot of times in regular horror movies, the characters are stupid. But he was not really stupid in this because it was not really his fault. He was tricked. So I mostly like it better when I don't like when there's a bunch of other characters that can get killed and stuff like that who act stupid. But it's just mostly one character they focus on. They can just developing that one character is perfect. So I think it's better that way when they have this one character that is having the horrible things happen to them. But when it's multiple characters, it doesn't work for me. So that's why I like these stories, because mostly they only focus on one character. Mainly, sometimes they have other characters in them, but not as often, so I don't know. But I'm gonna give this one a 9 out. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. It was perfect. I don't know what. Maybe I should do 10. Okay. So hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys love my new camera. It took me a while for me to learn how to work it, but I'm learning. It's gonna go with me. My trip, both of them are. I'm not gonna get rid of my other camera. Just in case, right? Just in case this one ever runs out of battery on when I need it, so I can continue filming stuff. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And goodbye. Martha DJ Music Man out.